Release the pressure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Chop Shop. We've got ourselves a tag team extravaganza going on. Simon Eddy, why don't you explain to the folks at home what the stipulations are?
Stipulations look like this. I mean, this was supposed to be a six-man match, so a lot of stuff went out the window. But right now, Cipriano Abruzzis is having a hard time choosing between his two favorite people. So now, Chris Dozer and Vinny Abruzzis, both tag team partners of Cipriano, almost fighting for his love at this point.
I mean, not only is it a matter of favoritism, but you also got to look at the fact that there is gold on the line, and Cipriano's clearly going to be torn, but right now, Chris Dozer now sets up AJ Hot in the corner, fires off a mean shot to the mug, and he's got the kid staggered early. Ooh!
That was impressive.
That was more of a judo throw than it was a hip toss. Chris Dozer with that very stout center of gravity of his.
I think what we were getting at a moment ago with him having to pick his partner, if the Hollywood Abruzzis, I guess you could call them at this point, if the Hollywood Abruzzis happen to win this non-title match, they will get a tag team title opportunity. But Cipriano has to choose which partner he's taking to the dance.
And that definitely factors into the mindset of Chris Dozer and both Vinny and Abruzzis. But I feel as if Dozer is doing his damnedest to prove his worth in this matchup for that reason.
Absolutely. I mean, the Hollywood Balds are the Hollywood Balds for a reason, but that drop kick was beautiful by Vinny Abruzzis.
Vincenzo now with a big scoop and a slam. Launches himself off the ropes, driving that elbow right into the sternum. Cover here, but there's a lot of room left up top.
I am willing to bet that any team, any combination would be worthy to take to the dance.
Cover here.
But at this point, Cipriano in a situation where he's going to have to choose. That is, of course, if they win the shot.
There are a lot of variables at play, Simon Eddy.
And one of the big ones is, where is Chris Pyro?
Right now, right now, Davey Cash has got a whole lot of boot to the mug of Vinny Abruzzis, leaves him temporarily knocked out. AJ Hot takes some reprieve, and a very, very gritty shot to the lower extremities, if you will.
If I may, Davey Cash, 1/3 of the fabulous Hoodbirds. Right now with the, I don't want to disrespect AJ Hot, but he is definitely the substitute partner.
That is true. It's really not to be disputed. But I'd say as a substitute, if you will, I'd say he's fit the mold rather well. He seems as if he's got really good chemistry with Davey. I mean, look at how many title defenses he's been in thus far.
Absolutely. I mean, AJ Hot has been in almost 50% of the Hood's tag team title defenses since winning those tag titles. And might I also mention, the first RWA tag team title reign for the Hood's at all in the history of RWA.
Well, it just adds to the bravado of Davey Cash.
Just kicked him in that punching hand, and Dozer wants to get him some.
Cash now wisely takes Abruzzis to the wrong side of town as a phantom tag takes place behind the back of our official. AJ Hot lights up Vinny Abruzzis with shots now. Another tag made, and these two are clearly exploiting the situation right now. Vinny Abruzzis on the wrong side of town, getting the bag beaten out of him. And this is the chemistry that I was talking about, Simon Eddy. These guys have very good synergy amongst one another.
It may not be Chris Pyro, but they're certainly familiar.
AJ Hot now, he sets up Davey Cash. Right in the opposing buckle.
That right there was the inexperience as a member of the Hoodz, though.
Yeah, you can see that there wasn't a full launch on that.
That particular combination would usually see Chris Pyro doing a flipping, bridging, last chancery, waiting for the kick from Davey Cash, but unfortunately AJ Hott, I dare I say it, just didn't have that particular skill in his playbook. Does that mean he could have shaved off a couple seconds and maybe got that pinfall? Maybe, who knows, but we're not going to find out tonight.
Well, at this point in time, Abruzzis found himself back to a vertical base. He fires up on Davey Cash, looks to whip him into the buckles, and does so successfully before eating a face full of boot. Cash with a lariat, sits out with it, hooks the leg, and just gets 2 on the count.
Referee Gord Flipton says 2.
Shots to the midsection. Abruzzi attempts to break the hold. He launches himself off the ropes yet again. Early back body drop attempt into the sunset flip. Still just 2, says Calloway.
Lasted the equilibrium with a kick to both sides of the head.
More pleasantries being exchanged between Cash and the faithful here as he wrenches back on that chin lock, really pointing that knee of his into the spine of Abruzzi.
Chris Dozer hasn't had a chance to get into this match, and he is chomping at the bit. But now you got to ask, where's Cipriano's opinion going to be now with his brother in there for a majority of the match and his tag team partner?
It's not by choice. Chris Dozer has been effectively contained by these two.
But you got to imagine, Vinny's up by points.
Oh! He's on the receiving end of that spinning heel kick as the Hoodz take a moment to celebrate. Davey Cash elects for the pin. 2, and Dozer.
Right in the kidneys.
Yeah, that's a mean shot right there.
He hasn't spent a lot of time in this match. He had to make a shot count.
The Hoodz clearly have the upper hand still at this point in time. Vincenzo Abruzzi ever so resilient. He's not showing a lot of signs of life. Launched into the rope, he hangs on. Kicks both members of the Hoodz. Insecurity lands, very well done by Abruzzi. He's in survival mode.
AJ Hott bounced off, and now Vinny!
Beautifully done. Dozer's in the ring. Ducks underneath the double clothesline attempt, throws a double clothesline of his own. Charges into Davey Cash, hits him with a back elbow, sees AJ Hott. Big swing and a miss. Spine to the pine!
Absolutely no doubt that he is still the proprietor of Brick's Hit House on Route 1.
Shots by Davey Cash, back Dozer into the buckles here. It effectively slows the big man down, who reverses the whip, sending Cash into the other side. Look at this now, look at this. Full head of steam. Fighting fire with fire. Cover applied. Calloway keeping track of who's legal.
AJ Hott was the legal man, but Dozer delivered most of his offense on the not legal man. The illegal man.
Well, that's the thing. You get caught up. You get so wound up in emotion. You tend to focus.
Oh.
You lose your focus. But Dozer now makes his way out of the buckle. Eats a boot in the process.
Oh, wait a minute. He's got him hung out. Big leg drop. Cover. Wait a minute. I don't know. I think Vinny Abruzzi just lost points on that one. Didn't try to break up the count at all, went after the other partner.
Even Calloway seems off-put about it, as do the rest of our faithful here.
If I were Chris Dozer, oh, God! Oh, there's that knockout punch and a blind tag. Wait a minute, cover, 2, that's it. Why don't we just break down what we just saw here? Chris Dozer in a pinning predicament, and Vinny Abruzzi's first move running into the ring was to attack Davey Cash. then, when Chris Dozer was able to kick out of the pin on his own, Chris Dozer stumbles into the corner, blind tagged by Vinny, and Vinny takes the pinfall that arguably Chris Dozer earned.
We talked about it as this match started, Simon Eddie. The fact that Cipriano Abruzzi has to choose which partner will be going into battle with him was clearly a factor. Abruzzi, in my opinion, is going into business for himself.
But the question now remains, does Cipriano look at the victory, or does he look at the way the victory was received? One way or the other, Cipriano and a partner of his choosing have a shot at the Tag Team Championships.
Folks, we've got more Leap of Faith action to follow. Don't you change that .com.